When you find yourself deep in a new romance, it is incredibly easy to get swept away by a man who paints an elaborate, breathtaking picture of your shared future within just weeks of meeting. He will confidently discuss upcoming exotic vacations, look at real estate options with you, or casually bring up marriage and children before he even knows your basic daily routine. This psychological phenomenon, known as future faking, is an incredibly common manipulation tactic used to manufacture a false sense of deep intimacy and secure your emotional compliance quickly. By dangling an idealized version of tomorrow in front of your eyes, he effectively blinds your logical mind to the reality of his current lack of investment. Over time, you begin to realize that these grand promises are entirely hollow, leaving you trapped in a painful cycle of intense hope followed by inevitable disappointment. The psychological driver behind why men engage in this behavior is the immediate ego validation they receive from watching you react positively to their grand promises. When a man describes a beautiful future event with you, his brain experiences a genuine surge of dopamine just from the verbal projection, requiring absolutely zero long-term effort or actual execution on his part. He feeds off the visible spark of excitement in your eyes and the instant increase in your affection, using your genuine emotional reaction to stroke his own vanity. In his mind, he is playing the role of the ultimate romantic provider, enjoying the intense admiration and intimacy that usually takes months or years of consistent effort to earn. This behavior is fundamentally self-serving, as he treats your emotional investment as cheap fuel for his own temporary emotional high. Another reason men utilize this specific tactic is to create an artificial sense of security that lowers your natural defenses and overrides your personal boundaries. By convincing you that he is fully committed to a permanent future with you, he subtly encourages you to tolerate poor behavior or fast-track physical and emotional intimacy in the present. You might find yourself excusing his current financial instability, his erratic communication, or his lack of consistency because you are hyper-focused on the brilliant life he promised to build with you next year. This calculated projection shifts your cognitive timeline forward, causing you to evaluate the relationship based on potential, rather than his actual day-to-day actions. He gains all the benefits of a deeply committed, high-value partnership while operating with the freedom and lack of accountability of a casual fling. The earliest warning sign to identify a future faker is a profound and consistent mismatch between his words and his historical daily actions. While he might spend hours detailing a luxurious beach vacation he plans to take you on, he will routinely struggle to show up on time for a basic dinner date or consistently fail to return your phone calls. This behavioral gap reveals that his words are merely low-cost tools used to manage your emotions, rather than genuine statements of personal intent. A man who is genuinely planning a life with you focuses his energy on executing the small, immediate commitments before attempting to sell you on a 10-year plan. When you observe that his grand rhetoric completely dwarfs his actual real-time consistency, you are looking directly at a strategy designed to keep you hooked. An incredibly effective way to screen for this manipulation is to observe how he reacts when you try to pin down concrete details, timelines, or practical logistical planning. A future faker will make sweeping emotional statements about how amazing your life together will be. But the moment you ask specific questions about dates, budgets, or logistics, he will quickly deflect the conversation. He protects his exit strategy by keeping the promises completely abstract, allowing him to rewrite the narrative later, or accuse you of being overly demanding and pressuring him. This lack of substance proves that the future he describes is a fictional landscape built entirely to satisfy his immediate convenience rather than a realistic blueprint. When you press for concrete details and receive nothing but defensive agitation or more empty promises, it is a clear sign he is faking his intent. The emotional toll of remaining in a relationship with a future faker is a chronic state of confusion that actively erodes your confidence and focus. You find yourself constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop, living in a perpetual state of cognitive dissonance as you try to reconcile his beautiful words with his cold reality. This internal conflict forces you to overcompensate by working harder to please him, mistakenly believing that your additional effort will finally force him to execute his promises. This pursuit of a fictional future keeps your nervous system trapped in a high-stress loop, leaving you emotionally exhausted while he remains completely comfortable. He dictates the entire climate of the dynamic, leaving you hyper-focused on an illusion while he consumes your present energy. As the weeks turn into months, the initial excitement of his grand promises inevitably degrades into a persistent feeling of underlying resentment. You begin to notice that none of the timelines he casually established are being met, and every milestone is quietly pushed further into the vague distance. When you attempt to hold him accountable to his past statements, he will frequently gaslight you by claiming he never said those things, or that you are overanalyzing casual conversations. This denial of reality is a deliberate psychological defense mechanism designed to shift the guilt of his manipulation back onto your shoulders, leaving you questioning your own memory. The longer you accept these evasions, the more you validate his internal decision to treat your boundaries as entirely optional. Men who rely on future faking always require a highly receptive, compliant audience to sustain their illusions and avoid the discomfort of self-reflection. When you choose to accept his words blindly, without demanding real-time evidence, you inadvertently provide him with a comfortable buffer that shields him from personal accountability. He grows incredibly comfortable with this arrangement, enjoying the psychological rewards of a high-value relationship without ever paying the actual emotional or financial price of commitment. This dynamic ensures that you are doing all the heavy cognitive lifting while he enjoys the premium benefits of your exclusive attention and support. Recognizing this boundary is absolutely essential, because a man who truly values a woman will show his intentions through consistent action rather than empty promises. Society often encourages women to focus entirely on a man's potential, but this misguided patience almost always results in deep emotional bankruptcy. When a man categorizes you as someone who can be easily managed with empty promises, it is nearly impossible to shift his core perception of your value. No amount of exceptional compliance or emotional support will suddenly inspire a future faker to transform his words into real-time integrity. His decision to manipulate your timeline is based entirely on his own internal deficiencies and his profound lack of character, not on your lack of desirability. Understanding that his behavior is a reflection of his own broken psychology allows you to detach your self-esteem from his poor treatment. To identify these fraudulent relationship timelines early and protect your emotional investments, the Black Cat Playbook offers a powerful strategic foundation. This comprehensive guide details exactly how to audit his real-time consistency, dismantle future faking tactics, and choose a partner with proven integrity. You can secure your copy of the manual right now by checking the link down in the description down below. The moment you choose to halt your emotional investment and demand real-time execution, his reaction will expose his true underlying intentions instantly. If you firmly refuse to participate in conversations about the distant future until his present actions align, a future faker will become highly defensive. He will likely accuse you of lacking faith in him, call you cynical, or use emotional withdrawal as a weapon to punish your boundaries. This hostile reaction occurs because you have disrupted his low-cost strategy and forced him to face the reality of his own deceit. A man who is genuinely invested in you will welcome accountability, while a manipulator will view your standards as an existential threat to his control. Your absolute silence and sudden emotional withdrawal prevent him from gathering fresh psychological data regarding your emotional state or your vulnerabilities. When you argue, complain, or repeatedly ask him why he broke his promises, you are giving him valuable feedback that confirms he still controls your focus. Detaching completely and removing your presence without a massive emotional explosion leaves his ego entirely in the dark, with zero information to feed on. This total lack of feedback creates a profound sense of unease in his mind, forcing him to look squarely into the mirror of his own failures. By refusing to play an active role in his fictional narratives, you instantly reclaim your power and rewrite the balance of respect. Many women choose to stay trapped in these future faking dynamics because they suffer from a deep fear of losing the beautiful dream he painted. This scarcity mindset forces you to protect the illusion of what could be, blinding you to the destructive reality of what currently is. While you waste your valuable time and cognitive energy waiting for a manipulator to develop integrity, you block high-value opportunities from entering your reality. Choosing to invest in empty words is a high-opportunity cost decision that keeps your romantic life completely stagnant and dependent on his whim. Stepping away from his fictional landscape requires real courage, but it is the only path towards creating a real life built on genuine respect. Another major aspect of a future faker is that his grand promises are almost always accompanied by an immediate request for your resources or support. He will paint a picture of a magnificent future home you will share, but immediately follow it with a request for financial assistance or emotional labor to help him get through a current crisis. This transactional manipulation uses the promise of tomorrow to exploit your generosity today, turning your natural empathy into a weapon against your stability. In his psychological framework, you are simply a tool to be utilized for his immediate convenience, and the future is the carrot he uses to keep you moving forward. When you notice that his dreams always require your current sacrifice, you are looking at exploitation. True personal empowerment begins the moment you realize that you possess total authority over who receives access to your time, energy, and body. You cannot force an unstable man to speak the truth or change his manipulative habits, but you retain absolute authority over how long you stick around to tolerate his mediocrity. Walking away from a future faking dynamic is the ultimate exercise of this personal authority, representing a deliberate choice to prioritize your own peace over his immediate vanity. This mental paradigm shift fundamentally alters how you navigate the romantic world, making you highly resistant to future attempts at casual manipulation. You stop asking for permission to be valued and simply remove yourself from spaces where truth is absent. As time passes, and you build a highly successful, independent reality, the man who tried to manage you with illusions will watch your progression. Seeing you thrive effortlessly without his validation and without ever acknowledging his past empty promises is the most potent form of psychological victory you can achieve. It proves conclusively to his ego that his words carried zero weight and that he was merely a minor speed bump on your trajectory. Your continued growth and refusal to look back serve as a permanent testament to the fact that his attempt to minimize your value failed completely. You reclaim the role of the ultimate prize, leaving him to sit with the cheap rhetoric that cost him your presence. Removing yourself from a deceptive relationship allows you to completely reclaim ownership of your life and protect your psychological resources from further erosion. You stop being a passive spectator reacting to his empty narratives and instead become the sole author of your own future steps, channeling your focus into your career, health, and genuine connections. The cognitive energy that was once wasted on decoding his inconsistent text messages is now reinvested into creating an unshakable reality that commands respect. If you found these specific behavioral insights valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more breakdowns and hit the like button right now. Click on the card on the screen right here to watch the video where I show you 5 signs that a man is using you as a placeholder. Stay detached and embrace your black cat energy.
Thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate if you drop a comment here letting me know what you think of the content, and I'll see you in the next video.